The monster offers you a ball and says, "I'm much too noble. Couldn't possibly play with something like this. Throw me something more valuable," the monster says, tail wagging back and forth out of a desire to play. "Here, fetch," you say, throwing something from your pack. The monster zips after it, tongue lolling with delight. The monster returns quickly, something clutched in mouth, but not what you threw. The monster running the inn can sing a tune so sweet, it seems it'll have you How about a nice rest? Someone calls as you approach the inn. The monster running the weapon shop explains that they sell weapons stolen from adventurers. I'm so hungry, the bone monster says, theatrically patting the void where its stomach would be. It keeps stealing glances over at you. Polka signals to you with his eyes to just ignore it. The creature is clearly fishing for a response. Trollis, however, takes the bait. But no stomach? That's right, chatters the monster with delight, its joints cricking and cracking. That's why I'm so hungry. It always goes right through me. After you enter the dimly lit shop, you notice you ask if something is wrong, and it explains that it does. After taking a good look at you, the owner asks, "You don't especially want to help a monster." But Polka convinces you by saying, "It probably wouldn't hurt for us to ingratiate ourselves to the locals." All the goods on someday, the monster says, trembling all over. You leave the village and quickly undo the transformation. You don't find it terribly enjoyable to remain in monster form. There is a single word written in crude lettering on the wall. Help. Trembling, Legol says, "We got what we came for." He's not wrong. You could be attacked at any time by one of those shadowy creatures. You all agree to hurry back to town. A masterful victory! You use some of the fairy powder to change form into a monster and slip back into the town of monsters. The monster accepts the plate from you and immediately sets about preparing food for the pets. You hear the shuffling of feet on the floor as the hungry pets answer the owner's call. But then you realize what the pets are. Humans. Eat up. You're all very, very important gifts, the monster coos with a smile. You might want to help the humans, but it would probably be best to do so after looking around town some more. The monster cackles ominously. I may have shed. This is the game parlor. A monster calls out, "Want to play cards?" "You're not gonna win contest like that," one of the monsters says breathlessly. When you ask what kind of contest it is, the monsters leap around and reply, "Jumping contest." The doors of the magnificent mansion open, and a delightfully fluffy monster comes out. The monster says, "Spend all the time you want. Our village is yours." It looks as though this is the local mayor. The mayor looks at Polka in surprise, and then narrows his eyes. He explains that Polka reminds him a lot of a friend of his from long ago. Hoping to win the mayor over, Polka rattles off a lie. Yes, I'm his descendant." The mayor is apparently the credulous sort, and is convinced. He offers a memento of his old friend. With starry, lovelorn eyes, the sprite says, "How I wish to see him again." Upon hearing the details from her, you think the object of her longing sounds a bit like Legol. "Ha! As if," the monster snorts with laughter. "Spend all the time you want. Our village is yours," the mayor says. "You're quite welcome here, it would appear." The monster's tail wags back and forth, and its tongue lolls out. You can tell it wants to play some more. "Oh, so hungry," says there are humans locked in the cages. You can't turn a blind eye to this. "This is barbaric. How dare you treat humans this way?" you scream. The monster looks at you in surprise. "What you talking about?" You draw your weapon and brandish it at them. You've managed a clean victory over the pet shop owner. Your conviction is renewed that monsters are beasts to be despised for the suffering they cause humans. The people freed from the cages look terrified and are unable to even speak. Well, now what? Says Legol. Your reply is cool and composed. Polka agrees with your assessment. We'll be found out before long, and there's little else we can do to save so many people. In a tiny voice, Legol replies, Yeah, right. He looks out of the shop window and surveys the town. The monster lets out a clipped whine and then lies down for the last time. Beautiful. We practiced so much, the monster says. They have hopped their last. At last, true rest, the monster says, before its eyes close forever. Sometimes you get lucky. Maybe poetic justice, the Yeti says. These words are its last. Battle time. Wish I could have eaten my fill one last time, the monster says, before issuing a particularly dry death rattle. To battle. I've already lost my body. I know when to fold, the monster says, before giving up the ghost. beautiful. I'm going to die without my revenge, the monster says, its final words oozing out before it passes on. I wish I could have seen him one more time, the monster said. It looks like you've defeated all of the monsters in the village. You decide that there's no longer any need to remain in monster form and undo your transformations. But at that moment, a giant monster stomps up to your group. The monster's teeth gnash in fury. Seeing you and Legol has jogged something in its memory. Your eyes go wide hearing the creature's words. You remember that scar on its eye. It can't be. Was this the monster that attacked the subterranean village? Never would you have imagined you'd run into this monster here. You grab your weapon and let out a guttural scream. You have a history with this one, but don't lose your... You stand over the fallen monster and raise your sword high. This is for everyone you killed. Looking at you, the monster speaks in a soft voice. What you did here, any different? The scarred monster destroyed your home, and now you've destroyed its. Shut up, says Legol. He steps forward and thrusts his sword at the monster in your place. You shake your head and stop him. You know you have to do this yourself. You've had your revenge. Maybe killing this monster was the whole reason for this trip. Yet the monster's words stick with you, like a tiny bone lodged in your throat. Legol notices you brooding and speaks, his voice full of concern. Don't let it worry you. The village mayor comes over, looking at you as though he wishes to speak. You decide to listen to the mayor. The mayor speaks in a quiet voice as he tells you how this town came to be. After finishing, the mayor hands you a key to his residence. He explains that the entrance to the ruins can be found in the basement of his home. There is something there, a truth you ought to know. He continues, Now my duty is done. Will you kill me quickly? You put your sword away. You have no desire to end the life of one who so clearly wants it. The mayor gazes at you, sadness swimming in his eyes, then looks up at the sky. You need to go to the mayor's residence and find whatever this truth is that you must know. The establishment no longer has anyone to attend it. You unlock the door of the manor with the mayor's key and enter. A quick search turns up a staircase leading to the basement the mayor mentioned. Trollis points down and asks, "Truth down there?" Pulka mutters, "What could it be we ought to know?" Legol's eyes are fixed ahead. He does not say anything. You swallow hard and then gingerly take the first step down the stairs to the basement.